Hello Chattanooga, here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, after Collegedale became the first city in Tennessee to offer benefits to same-sex couples, the woman who led the effort is now facing a new challenge. The city's decision was a victory for gay detective Kat Cooper, and throughout the effort, Cooper's mother Linda stood by her side and embraced her daughter after the final vote. Now Kat Cooper's family is being ousted from their church family of more than 60 years. Leaders at Ridgedale Church of Christ met with Kat Cooper's mother, aunt, and uncle on Sunday and gave them an ultimatum: repent of their sins and publicly ask for forgiveness or leave the church. The minister says the family's support of Kat was as good as an endorsement of homosexuality, but Kat says the church is exiling members for unconditionally loving their children. Her father, Hunt, says the family doesn't believe homosexuality is a lifestyle choice, so leaving after decades with the church was a simple but devastating decision. A 15-year-old Chattanooga boy who was shot in the head Sunday morning has died. Ollie Peters was a high school freshman for only a week and a half. Now he'll never get to go to prom, play varsity sports, or get his diploma. Peters, who attended Tyner Academy, died Tuesday at a local hospital. At 15, he's the youngest homicide victim in Chattanooga this year, and police are still searching for a suspect. A North Georgia man has been charged with child molestation after an incident at Lake Winnie's new Sokia water park. Authorities say a girl told her mother she was inappropriately touched while she was on a water slide with a man the family knew. 35-year-old Christopher David Nix has been charged in the incident. He could face up to 20 years behind bars. Police say a Tunnel Hill woman tried to kill her husband by drugging his vodka. An arrest report says Alison Clarke got help from her boyfriend despite the drink with pain pills. Police say Royal Wayne Hall mixed a concoction of orange juice, vodka, hydrocodone, and oxycodone, and then gave the drink to Holly, who delivered it to her husband. Melvin Alton Clarke says he took 3 sips and doesn't remember what happened next, but apparently he and his wife drove to a store where she called the police and told them her husband was driving drunk. When an officer realized Melvin wasn't drunk, he called for an ambulance. Holly Clarke and her boyfriend have been charged with conspiracy to commit a crime and attempted murder, but her attorney says her husband still loves her and that he's currently working to get her out of jail. After a more than 4-hour standoff with the Chattanooga SWAT team on Dodson Avenue yesterday, a robbery suspect is still missing. The SWAT team was called to a residence on Dodson Avenue, but no one was found in the house. Police say 19-year-old Damian Reynolds is still on the loose and believed to be armed and dangerous. Hutchison Medical Center plans to part ways with Erlanger Health System. A management team from Erlanger has been running the Fort Oglethorpe Hospital since 2011. Hutchison officials say the 2 hospitals are now negotiating to end their partnership, but Erlanger officials say they only found out after the news went public. Hutchison Chairman Corky Jules says the management agreement hasn't met the expectations of Hutchison's board or local county leaders. It's an interesting statement, considering that less than 2 months ago, officials from both hospitals praised a proposed agreement for Erlanger to lease Hutchison for 30 years. Hutchison officials haven't said why the long-term lease failed. Meanwhile, Hutchison will continue looking for a financial partner. An early plan is calling for the Chattanooga State Office building to be demolished. The 7-story building would come down to make room for a new 600-bed dormitory for UTC students. But Chattanooga's historic preservation group Cornerstones says the 1950s-era building would be an asset to keep standing. Still, it's estimated that fixing problems there could cost up to $12 million. UTC says it would like to see a new residence hall open on the site in time for fall 2016. Tennessee State Representative Joe Carr says he plans to challenge Lamar Alexander for the Republican nomination for the U.S. Senate. Carr decided to abandon his campaign against Representative Scott Desjardins in the 4th District to take on Alexander. The move leaves State Senator Jim Tracy as the only major opponent Desjardins will face in the 2014 primary. In response to the campaign switch, Carr's top strategist, Chip Saltzman, resigned. While Alexander is one of the state's most seasoned politicians, Carr says he's up to the challenge. calling Alexander, quote, the most liberal member of the delegation from Tennessee. Finally, more than 4,000 students will start classes at Lee University today, but only one will be making school history. Corey Moore is believed to be the first person born with Down syndrome to take classes at the university. He'll be auditing 2 courses, a Bible class and a freshman gateway seminar. Moore says he wants to follow in the footsteps of his great-grandfather and become a preacher. Turning to weather, we'll likely see rain today with a high near 85 degrees. The low tonight will be around 69. I'm Harrison Keeley. For more on these stories and updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and visit timesfreepress.com.